Alright, what's up everybody? We are on Season 2, Episode 8 of Vinland Saga, which is called An Empty Man. I really wonder who that's going to be referring to. Maybe it's going to be a whole new character altogether, because it seems like this show just keeps introducing us to, either new characters or it's setting things up, and literally I feel like I've been having this conversation now for like the last 3 or 4 episodes, and I keep repeating it, but to me, it just seems so clear that everything that they're doing right now is just a bunch of setting things up, right? And don't get me wrong, I'm loving the ride so far. I'm loving every single episode that we've been watching, but I do find myself constantly wondering, what is it all leading up to? Keeping in mind all these characters that we're dealing with, right? From Kettle, who we learned in the last episode, wasn't the Iron Fist like he called himself, right? By the way, there's like a bunch of construction, going on outside, and I hope you can't hear it too well, but um, from his character, but then Olmar, of course, his son as well, who they've, spent quite a bit of time on. Snake, his grandpa, sorry, it wasn't his actual grandpa, but Sverkel, because he's actually, Sverkel is Kettle's dad, right? So Olmar's grandpa. Um, yeah, man. Then last episode we got introduced to the other son, whose name I'm blanking out on real quick right now. But then there's Arnite, of course, where they are. That actually was placed a pretty big emphasis on in the recent episode, where at the very end we saw her together there with Kettle, and Kettle shared his secret with her of like, oh, I'm not the Iron Fist that they all think that I am, which again, it's fascinating because it sets up the fact that Arnite could be talking about this to, for example, Einar, right? Who, she seems to be having a thing for. And yeah, like that's something that's going to be slowly developing over time, I'm sure. It's like, is she going to spill the beans about that? And is that going to be a problem to Kettle, right? Because, as long as it's just Einar and her knowing that secret, then okay, that's cool, and Thorfinn or whatever. But the moment any of these guys at the farm will actually be finding out, like any of the guys working for Kettle, that's going to be a big problem for him, right? So yeah, like it's interesting because I read, I think I just quickly glanced over some comments recently where that basically said like, oh yeah, season 2, if they do it well. I think that was on one of my old Vinland Saga reactions from season 1. I was just kind of, watching it back, and then one of the comments said like, oh, if they do season 2 well, it's going to be the most amazing season. And I'm like, once again, I don't in any way want to downplay it so far, because I feel like I'm really enjoying it, but it's clearly not. And we're only 8 episodes in, so it makes a lot of sense, right? But like, there is some kind of climax here that it's all building up to, and I feel like every single episode so far they keep building and building and building, which means that when we eventually get to that, it's going to be insane, right? But I'm waiting right now, and I'm trying to ask myself that question of like, what is this all about to culminate in, right? That's to me still the fascinating part about Vinland Saga Season 2 right now. It did not go in the direction that I expected it to go into. It is, like I said, building up very slowly, but I'm loving every second of it. And yeah, now I'm just excited to see where it all goes from here. So guys, without further ado, we're going to get started here with episode 8. But of course, do let me quickly remind you that if you enjoy my reactions to Vinland Saga, if you're watching these on YouTube, you can already watch the next 4 episodes straight away over my Patreon page, which is going to be linked on top of the description. Over there, we are watching the episodes as they air, so you can basically, catch all my reactions to them, as soon as you yourself watch the episodes as well. So go and check it out. Your support is very much appreciated and allows me to make these videos in the first place. And then without further ado, let's dive into episode 8 of Vinland Saga. Oh shit, back to this. Well, this was from 6.5. It should have been 7.5. Yeah, there's Einar. Oh, wow. I guess he sees himself stepping in to kill him. He's gonna try and stop himself. Yeah, you've got no control on your dreams. Assuming it's a dream, I mean. Clearly, that's what it must be. What the hell? Oh. Are these all like dead people? People that he's killed? Ugh. Dude, I always love it when anime has these 3D shots. He's having dreams again.
Ohayo, Thorfinn. 今朝はいつにも増してうなされてたな。
And Einar is all too used to it.
なんかいろいろ寝言言ってたぞ、お前。父上とか、アシュラットとか。アシュラットって人の名前
I don't even know if you want to be talking about this. You might be bringing some traumas back. Hopefully not, though. It does seem like Thorfinn has basically changed for the better and forever. I hope.
どうしても夢の中身が思い出せない。それに何かとても大事なことを忘れてしまっている気がする。
Yeah, that's what he said last time already.
なんだろう。
Man, I love how things just continue the way they have been, right? Them doing the work, showing Einar having conversations with Arnheid. The wheat that's growing. I just loved, yeah, it's all so cool. Oh, they don't like that. Shit, what if they're like, we need to get rid of him? I don't know, what do they care, to be honest? I see. Yeah, they're gonna start having conflict with these guys very soon. Wow, he's telling him. Yeah, like I mentioned, going back to watch some of the previous episodes. Yeah, well, not really. Yeah, Canute. But what I was gonna say is it was so noticeable how different in personality Thorfinn was. You'd almost forget. It's crazy. Thorfinn was just all rage, and now he's like... Well, I wouldn't really call him dead inside anymore, not as much as he was early on. Einar is having a positive effect on him for sure. Clearly, but what? I feel like I should be able to figure it out, but I just don't know. Maybe his family? His mom and his sister? Like, he doesn't even think about them anymore, dude. It's crazy. He told him that? Become a true warrior? He feels empty. He is the empty man. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Oh shit.
大旦那様
Circles back.
動かす暇があったら働かんか。今日の仕事はそれでしまいではないぞ。いいか、見とれよ。
Oh, they're going fishing.
これから覚えていけばいい。一つ一つ。空っぽなら何でも入るじゃろ。生まれ変わるつもりがあるなら、むしろ空っぽの方がいい。
I guess he overheard what he was talking about.
盗み聞きしてたんすか。
聞こえたんじゃ。
生まれ変われるでしょうか。
You can always start over.
手が休んどるぞ。
It's all tying back into how it's, you know, the season started. That's what I mean. Like, I love how every scene so nicely ties back in.
俺は戦士の頃のお前に出会わなくて本当に良かったと思うよ。出会い方がまずけりゃお前に殺されてたかもしれない。
Wow.
人間は変われるよ、トルフィン。
Or is that the thing that Thorfinn, you know... Oh, shit. Wow.
ありがとう、エイナル。 どうした？
Lost in thought again. What is he seeing? Is it the... Ah, these fucking bastards, man. Trampled everything.
麦が全部人の仕業か。なんで。おい、どこに。
奉公人だ。こんなことやるな、あいつら以外にいねえ。
待て、どうするつもりだ。
I guess Thorfinn wants to go to Kettle.
分かってるのか。奴隷が自由民に手を出したら。
Yeah.
知るか。ぶっ殺してやる。
Oh, man.
落ち着け。奴らがやったっていう証拠がないんだ。問い詰めても白を切るに決まってる。止まれ、エイナル。まずパテールさんに話を通してから。
Yep, here we go again.
冷静だな、トルフィン。お前状況が分かってねえのか。畑の知力は使っちまったのに収穫はなしだ。でもそれよりも奴ら武器を育てる苦労も喜びも知っているはずなのに、奴らだって農夫だろ。
The joy. You gotta love his innocence when it comes to this.
武器がダメにされたんだぞ。
俺は今までずっと奪ったり壊したりする側の人間だった。お前が奉公人をぶっ殺すって言うんなら、俺もお前に100回はぶ
Yeah,
っ殺されなきゃ
he's
ならない
basically
はずだ。
saying he used to be just like them.
まず冷静になってくれ。頼む、エイナル。
なるほど。確かにこれはひどい。
Okay, so they did tell
二人とも
Pater. Peter, I still don't know how to pronounce it.
ないんだな。
はい。
ここは調べが済むまでこのままにしておきなさい。何か手がかりが残されているかもしれないからな。
Man. Depressive weather. To fit with the theme right now.
相当旦那に気に入られてるらしい。働き次第で解放するっていう俺たちみたいな契約がないそうだ。
Yeah, he probably doesn't want her to be free.
もう自由になるのを諦めてるみたいだった。気に入られてもつながる。嫌われりゃこの仕打ちだ。
There's no winning.
なんだ俺 俺たちの命って。いや、思ってたよりも大仕事で疲れちまったよ。いや、何言ってんだよ。お前見てただけだろ。
別の道を行こう。
Oh no. This is gonna get out of hand. Yeah, you already know. I was just about to say, but like, maybe after all it is gonna be sort of a rise from within. After all, I always figured that like, oh, maybe the farm gets attacked at some point, but I feel like it's gonna be them responsible in the end.
抑えろ、エイナル。相手にするな。
Nah, he's about to fuck him up.
俺たちの畑を荒らしたのは。
あ？畑？さあ、一体何のことかな。
Smug bitch.
エイナル。
ま、でもそう落ち込むことはねえぜ。どうせ奴隷の作った麦だ。臭くて食えやしねえんだからや。
Yeah. That's gonna be a punch in the face. Oh! Oh! What? Wait, Thorfinn actually ended up being the one, holy shit. Oh, he didn't like hearing that suddenly. That was unexpected.
しまった。
Oh.
Or was he like, at least let me be the one to hand it out then?
あの折れてんじゃないの。
To protect Einar.
すっげえパンチ。奴隷の分際でぶっからだ。
Yeah, you're all fucked right now.
奴隷うるせえんだよ。わめえてねえでかかってこい。
You're gonna wanna watch out you don't die.
トルフィー、大丈夫か。
Oh shit. Well, I will say, yeah, you're going up against more guys than you who have weapons too. Although Thorfinn... Oh my god, he's seeing the woman again.
あれ、あんた、なんて。
Is that what he's forgetting about in his dreams, or... God damn.
父上が
Yeah, to become a true warrior.
何か
And what? To not do any fighting?
ダメだ。ち
Damn, man. See, I don't even know if I'd agree with Thors in this situation of, like, not doing any fighting. Man, another great episode. Yeah, slowly but surely I feel like we're starting to reach a new phase now for this season. Because, like, that's what I thought was the beautiful thing about this episode too. It really felt like things were kind of coming full circle, or they keep bringing back certain elements. They keep showing like, oh look, it's, you know, time passes, right? Einar was still having his conversations with Arnheid, and they seem to, you know, take a liking for each other more and more. You know, the wheat had obviously grown and stuff. So it's like, even that relationship between Thorfinn and Einar has fully almost developed already to the point where, like, Thorfinn was comfortable sharing about his past with Einar, right? And it's like, that's basically the ultimate point of friendship that you can reach, I feel. Is like, okay, if he's willing to be that open with you, then there's nothing he's not going to be able to share with you anymore, right? So it's like, it's not really possible for much more to develop now anymore later on. So there's going to have to be some different thing, you know, getting introduced now very soon that will take things to a new level. And I feel like we're getting there now with them openly starting conflict with the retainers. And, well, rightfully so. I mean, yeah, like, that's the thing. You see Thorfinn once again. I mean, he wanted to go to the Pater guy, Pater, whatever he's called, first, and just go, you know, resort to his old methods that he had already proposed very early on in the season. But in the end, he was the one actually punching the guy in the face and starting the fight. And I was like, what was that about? Was it purely about perhaps protecting Einar? Or was it just that that he himself, like, there was something within him that couldn't resist after being called a slave or whatever? I don't know what it was, but like there was something in him that couldn't resist handing it out suddenly. Because like even he himself seemed surprised when he did it, right? Like, shit, I just actually did that. Like he snapped out of it for a second there. So yeah, man, it's like, again, I was kind of talking about it during the reaction real quick, but like that's speaking about that build-up process, which I talked about in the intro before this episode. It was the thing that I was kind of trying to theorize about. Like, okay, what's gonna be a thing that takes this to a next level? Is it gonna be that the farm gets attacked, right? Like that was kind of an obvious possible event that I foresaw, that like, oh, the farm is going to get attacked and that's going to make things go out of hand. But it makes much more sense dealing with so many characters here that the conflict is going to start from within, and that it is ultimately Thorfinn and Einar here responsible for suddenly people having to take sides, right? And then that's going to be the interesting question, of course. It's like, okay, where will Kettle and Svirkle and Snake and all these other guys, where will they side or something? Like maybe that's going to be what starts it, right? It's like, okay, Kettle and Svirkle perhaps even, like they see they see the injustices at, well, I don't know about Svirkle, but Kettle at least, right? Like he's more of a moral person. He doesn't, he doesn't want to do any fighting, and he's not good at that either. He feels sorry for people that get treated poorly. And it's like he might be definitely taking Thorfinn and Einar's side here. Then again, he's the one leading the farm. He can't go stand up against his own retainers and his own people suddenly. That's impossible, right? So it's kind of like, up until now, it was always this sort of stalemate situation, and it's like these two, they just remain victims. It's exactly what Einar talked about. There is no winning here. Whether they like you or they hate you, you get treated basically poorly, because even if they like you, like he mentioned with Arnheid's going to be kept at the farm because Kettle wants her for himself. And that sucks. So, where am I even going with this? Again, it feels like now, well, they're going to get themselves into trouble here for starting this fight with the retainers. But surely nobody will be taking their side yet. But the question is if this sort of keeps up and if they, they talked, I don't know. I feel like, again, this is going to continue developing, of course. This is not a boiling point or something either. Like, I don't feel like, oh, this confrontation is suddenly, boom, we're at that next level now. No, it's still going to happen gradually. That's always what I just love about Vinland Saga. It refuses to just, do that snap of the finger and suddenly, take things to a whole new level. In a way that feels, therefore, maybe a bit sudden. Well, there is one part that I can think of, which was like Canute's shift, right? That's something that people talked about of like, okay, that was a bit sudden. And I understand what they mean with that. I did still like it in that situation, though. But it's just like, it's what I love about this show. It takes its time and it's relentless. It's relentless in taking its time. So how awesome is that? You just don't see that with other shows. You don't see that, especially with anime, because I feel like anime, even compared to regular TV shows, anime is so fast-paced. And Vinland Saga is not. And that makes it stand out from all the other ones. And it makes it a little bit more reminiscent to me about the great TV shows that I myself really appreciate. Like, I'm a big fan of Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. And they have that same, I feel they have that same pacing. Which most people don't even realize about those shows, oddly enough. But, like, they have that same pacing where they refuse to, like, immediately give you what you want or something. They still end up giving you what you want. I'm sure Vinland Saga is going to do the exact same thing. Like, this season is going to explode, but it's going to be a very, gradual explosion. It's not going to be a quick one. So, I don't know if an explosion even is able to to not be quick, though. But you get what I'm saying. Like, things are going to get out of hand here. And it's just, we're just waiting for that to gradually happen. And I feel like, well, this episode has really started that process. So, yeah, man, I am very much looking forward to it. Guys, for now, I hope you enjoyed my reaction to Season 2, Episode 8 of Vinland Saga. If you did, then you can, of course, already watch the next 4 episodes straight away. If you're watching these on YouTube, they'll be up over on Patreon, which is going to be linked on top of the description. We'll be on Episode 12 over there already, and you can watch me react to all the episodes as they air. So, come and check it out. Your support is, of course, very much appreciated and allows me to make these videos in the first place, so keep that in mind. And then for now, I want to thank you all a lot for watching, and I look forward to seeing you back in the next episode.